Example 2.
Let's do another one.
Brought to you by
Chipotle.
Chipotle.
Code word today is going to be
Chipotle.
or some people pronounce it Chipotle. Chipotle,
Just make sure you spell it right. Chipotle.
I bet your iPhone will correct, or whatever phone you have will correct it if necessary.
Okay.
All right, now
I've created myself a Diet Coke with lemon.
Nice. We've got 3 functions here. We've got 3 tables. If you look, our first table is talking about numbers less than -2. Our middle is talking about between -2 and 1. And our last is talking about 1 and greater. And each time we do plug in the switching point twice. Okay? The -2 and the 1 get plugged in twice.
But you can only include it when it's equal to.
Right. So if x is less than -2,
Thank you.
if x is less than -2, that's this first one. So plug in -5 and you get -4. Plug in -4 and you get -3. Plug in -3.
-1.
-2. -2, you plug in and you get -1. Now you also could sit here and say, I know what the line y equals x plus 1 looks like.
Right.
It has a y-intercept at 1 and a slope of up 1 over 1. But the thing is you don't want to draw it anywhere to the right of -2. You want to like follow it back here and then draw your line.
Right. And it's going to keep going because those are all the values. Even though we run out of graph space,
Yeah.
this line continues to fall down and to the left.
Okay, so when we
We had to take a small break.
yeah, so we've got that first line drawn. Now the middle goes with the middle here, so we're going to plug in these values. And these are both equal to, so these will both
we're going
be
to
close
fill
dots. All of those are close dots.
Fill them in.
What are you trying to say?
Nothing,
'Kay.
obviously.
So plug in -2. Now that requires a little bit of work. Make sure when you plug in negatives that you do the parentheses situation.
Okay, listen to me. You, listen to me. It is not -2 squared on your
Making
calculator.
it positive.
Yes.
No.
Don't do that. It is negative parentheses -2 squared. Exactly. You type it in exactly how Mrs. Stevenson wrote it, and or you will.
It'll tell you the wrong
a
answer.
puppy will die.
You keep saying that. I that makes me so sad. Okay, and then plug in -1, same way. And we get 2. And plug in 0.
-0 though? Seriously.
Well, 0 squared is 0. You make it negative, and it's still 0. 0 is neither negative nor positive.
What?
I know, right? Isn't that crazy?
Mind blown.
And then plug in 1.
Now you type it in exactly how it looks here. This is not a parentheses situation.
You could put parentheses around it, but if you
But
did,
only
you'd put it
around the
right
1.
there.
Yeah.
1 squared is 1. That makes it negative. -1 plus 3 is 2. And then again, depending on your knowledge of what parabolas look like, you could maybe draw this without actually having to do this big long table. We've got 0, 3 is our vertex, and it's opening down. So it's this situation. Just make sure you stop drawing where you need to.
Right.
And then, what is it? -2. Oh, it fills that one in. That's
nice
cool.
Cookies.
Oh.
Oh, you're not done yet. You're not done.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, that's pretty good.
That's a really good.
All right, last function.
That's really good.
Orange. Tangerine.
Tangerine
All right,
colors.
plug in 1, and you get 1 minus 1 is 0. Square root of 0 is 0.
Oh.
Negative is
Oh, what did you
0.
say that the square root of 0 was?
0.
Really?
Yeah, because
you can
0
take the
times
square root
0
of 0
is 0. Yeah, you can.
Are you sure?
For real.
Because some of you are going to try and say you can't do that.
And that will make him angry.
A puppy might die.
If I plug in 2.
Brought to you by Chipotle.
Probably don't want to put those together. 2 minus 1 is 1. Square root of 1 is 1. The negative on the outside makes it a -1. Now, here's the deal. 3 is going to be some sort of decimal.
Yeah, it's going to be really weird.
4
you could write negative square root of 2 if you
gonna be
wanted to.
decimal. Yeah, that's true. We could. We could, couldn't we? That would be negative square root of 2.
Yeah,
Right.
go ahead and write that, and that's
Negative
okay.
square root of 2. And this
And
would be
then-
negative square root of 3.
Right.
And this would be negative square root of 4, but
square
we
root of
know
4?
what that is.
Peace out, home slice.
Which means negative 2.
2.
So, but you can skip these when you're graphing, or you can approximate them. It's whatever.
So 1, 0. Open circle. Open.
That was a close
Oh
one.
man, you almost messed
And
up.
if since the pink one was a closed dot here, it has to be an open dot.
You can't. Yeah,
Because otherwise this wouldn't pass the vertical line
that's
test.
correct.
So then 2, -1, and then I'm going to skip over to 5, -2,
Right.
and connect these dots.
And when you connect those dots, you're going to roll through negative root 2 and negative root 3. So
Yeah,
that's why you
yeah.
don't necessarily need to find those.
Absolutely. Now, this is our piecewise function. This is the weirdness we were talking about
Right.
in the last example that happens. Now, the second question on this was, what could you do to make this a continuous function?
Well, I have an idea.
Okay.
What if we took that tangerine colored graph and raised it up 2 units?
Okay, so you're saying, actually, let me switch out. You're saying we take this point and move it to here.
Yes.
And that would move this one here.
Right.
And that would move this one here.
Right.
And then, so does that look like it's continuous?
Yeah, I think so.
'Cause you could trace that without picking up your
That's
pencil.
correct.
So the answer to the second question there is that we could shift negative square root of x minus 1 up to
2 units.
which a little bit later on we'll talk about what that actually
Oh,
does
we're
to
going to
this
talk about
equation.
that so much this year.
Yeah, it's awesome.